So the best way to grow your Pinterest audience is to pin great content. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this segment. So we're not going to be talking so much in this segment about pinning your own products and services. We're going to spend all of segment 3 on that. But what we're doing instead here is we're creating this context, right? Because we know that our customers don't use our products in a vacuum. It's not like Tiffany's customers wear her earrings and nothing else, right? They wear them with outfits. They wear them, they might, I don't know. I think Tiffany knows something about her customers that I don't know. They wear them with an outfit. They wear them in their homes that are decorated in a certain way. Maybe they wear them to work, or they wear them to yoga, or they wear them to the gym. So they're wearing them in the world. Your products exist in a world. And so that's what we're doing on Pinterest, is we're creating a world, and we're basically curating a lifestyle for our customers. And the more you can do this and do this well, the more followers you're going to gain on Pinterest. And so the best way to do that is to pin great content. So what constitutes great content? It's content that's interesting to your audience. So here's the thing. Great content looks different for all of us. What I pin is going to look different than what Tiffany pins, and what Kathy pins, and what Sarah pins. Because it's about my personal customers and my vision for the brand. So it's content that's interesting to your audience. And it's content that complements your products, right? So whatever makes sense for your products. And this is going to be different even if you're in the same product category. Tiffany and I both make jewelry, but we make different jewelry, and we have different customers. We might have some overlap in the types of boards, but you may make jewelry that's really geared towards weddings and bridal and engagement rings, in which case the complement to your products might be a lot of wedding-related content, right? If you're doing engagement rings, your customers, even if the boyfriend hasn't bought one yet, she's probably got that someday wedding board, right? She's starting to think about the wedding. That's probably how he knows, like, hint, hint, honey, look at those Pinterest boards, right? So you're going to kind of create that world around that. And that content should also match your brand's aesthetic. So it should really clearly look like you. And it should also match your brand's purpose. Right? So my brand is all about strong, confident women. So I try to pin that kind of content on Pinterest. Whether it's women from history that inspire me, or I'm just making sure that when I'm pinning images, mine aren't like the wallflower girls, like kind of hanging back, whatever. It's like, hey, here I am. Like, I got that. Like, that's the kind of women that I want to pin, even in things like my fashion and style boards. And then just from a practical point of view, great content always means high quality, vertically oriented images. The way Pinterest is set up, vertical always wins. Vertical is where you see it really nicely. Horizontal images are like this big, and they're really hard to see, and we don't like that, right? So we want those beautiful vertical images. Not too vertical. If we go too tall, Pinterest actually cuts the image off. So we kind of want to hit that sweet spot. But more important than all of that is, of course, of interest to your audience, complements your products, matches your brand's aesthetic, and highlights your purpose. So who is your audience on Pinterest? Your audience is the ideal customer for your products or services. It's as simple as that. It's not your peers. It's not your friends and family. It's your ideal customer. Now, this may be familiar to some of you if you were in either of my other workshops. We've talked about this, but we talked about it pretty extensively in selling your products to retailers. You want to actually create really distinct customer profiles. So when I think about my ideal customers, I don't think that, it's women 20 to 70 who live in sort of like the East Coast or the West Coast or maybe Chicago, and they're in the suburbs or the city-ish. That's not what I think about. I think about Susan. Susan's a 44-year-old interior designer. She lives in a Boston suburb. She's stylish. I would say she's stylish, but not fashion trendy, right? She's probably, just like our entire studio audience, she's probably wearing like great knee-high boots right now. Well, it's Boston, so she might be shoveling snow, I'm not really sure. But she's got, she's pretty stylish. So I think about Susan. And I know that Susan is looking for great interiors on Pinterest, right? And I think about Bernice. And Bernice is my 63-year-old hip grandma. She's got the great gray bob and the red square glasses. And she's traveling, and she's interested in art and culture. And Annie, I think of Annie. She's my 32-year-old professional. She lives in DC. She's constantly thinking about what she has to wear to work, right? She's always trying to look good at work. She wants to present herself. She's actually single, so she's trying to think about things she can wear to work that still look good when she goes out afterwards. And I think about BT, my 37-year-old entrepreneur living in Chicago who spends most of her day in her yoga clothes, but then also needs to find something great to wear when she goes to a conference or a speaking event. These aren't real people. I made them up, just so we're clear on this. Again, we don't have a ton of time to get into customer profiles, but these are people that I imagine to be my customers. Over the years, I've gotten some pretty good confirmation. In one of our last workshops, someone said she actually spotted Bernice. She spotted Bernice out at dinner. So Bernice does exist.
And Bernice was in San Francisco.
And Bernice was in San Francisco, so yep, I hit that one right there. But you know, they're made up. They're based on people that I know about. So, you know, think about this for your customer as well. Think about who might be looking for your products. And using this and imagining this lets us start to answer some of these questions and think about the content that they're looking for on Pinterest. So what are their interests? You know, Susan's interested obviously in interiors. Yes, it's her job, but it's her job because she's passionate about it and she loves it, right? So she's looking at that kind of stuff on Pinterest. You know, Bernice is interested in art and travel. What are they dreaming about? You know, are they thinking about, you know, whether it's a big vacation or maybe it's just the chance to have dinner with their husband without the kids around, right? What are they dreaming about? What are they searching for online? And that might very specifically be Pinterest. Pinterest is more and more becoming a site where people are going in and searching for product. So what are they searching for? What problems do they have? Problems don't have to be major. Problems could literally be, what do I wear with boyfriend jeans? That's a problem, right? And then what other brands are they looking at or interested in, right? This is actually really useful information. What other brands are they following? That's going to actually really help us find great content and start to find our ideal customers on Pinterest.